With my last firework purchase, I ended up buying a lot of Roman candles, and I don't really think it's that enjoyable to light them off individually. So the first thing I want to do is build a stand for some of them. The basic idea for the stand comes from a design that I've made in the past. The main differences are going to be this one will be able to hold different sizes of Roman candles, as well as be able to be torn down and rearranged into different configurations. For this smaller size that holds the smaller Roman candles, this has a capacity of 15, and I went ahead and made 6 of these to put in this stand. These are just going to be measurements that I came up with. Feel free to use your own measurements. But for the vertical supports on these, they're 12 inches long, 1.5 inches wide, 3/4 inch thick. For the 4 connecting pieces, they're going to be 13 3/4 inches long, 1.5 inches wide, and 5/8 thick. To speed this process up a little bit, I just have a board clamped down so I can push everything up against it and nail everything together rather quickly. For this larger size, it holds 10 of the large Roman candles, and I will be making 5 of these to go in this stand. For the vertical supports on this one, they're going to be 16 inches long, 1.5 inches wide. They're going to be 1 1/8 inch thick. And the cross pieces on this one are going to be exactly the same. I was originally wanting the sides to be more like this old stand and have that rounded shape. So I drew this really simple arc on the sheet of plywood. It had a peak of 12 inches, but because I have to drill so many holes in the sides, I feel like it'll be a lot easier just to do a straight line and have it be more rectangular. All right, for each one of the sides, I think I'm gonna do 12 inches tall. I don't know how long I'm gonna make them yet. I'll decide that later. The angles that I've chose for these sides are going to be really gradual. For this middle one, that's obviously going to be a 90, and then equal on either side of that, we've got 85, 80, 75, 70, and then 65. I've drawn this line an inch up. That's going to be the line I'm measuring from. For the big Roman candles, I'm going to drill holes at 2 inches and 9 inches. For the smaller ones, I'm going to drill holes at 2 inches and 8 inches. It probably would have been a better idea to drill these holes before I put it together, but I wasn't really sure how I wanted it to fit together. So I'm just going to drill them by hand. Just got this undersized drill bit, and I'm just going to be drilling it a 1/2 inch deep. One thing that I'm realizing about this larger design, by the time you get a piece of wood in here for the bottom, that's not really going to leave a lot of extra material to hold these Roman candles in place. And I don't really know how much these move up and down as they're going off. Maybe a better design would be a wider strip of wood right there, or maybe a third piece of wood on either side. That would definitely hold it in there. But I'm probably just going to put some tape on either side to hold the candles together, and I think that should be fine. All right, this is all put together. I just used these 1.25 inch screws to attach these sides. So this is almost finished. The last step is going to be adding a little bit of strength here and here. Because the ends of the stand are open, I actually want to close that up to give it a little bit more strength. I'm going to do that with some 2x4 material. On the bottom here, it's just going to be a plain piece of 2x4, nothing special. But on the top, I'm actually going to take and drill 2 rather large holes. That way I can make a rope handle, and I'll be able to pick up this stand and move it relatively easily. For this bottom piece, I'm just going to be using screws that are 1 5/8 inches. And then for the top one, because I will be carrying this stand by this top piece, I'm going to be using these GRK screws that are 2.5 inches. I chose a 1/2 inch for the size of these holes because that fits pretty snug around this rope that I'm using. And I went ahead and rounded over the edge just so as the rope moves, it's not getting snagged on the sharp corner. So all I have to do now is thread the rope through here, tie it on the back, choose the length that I want, and then tie it on this side. And it'll be done. I really like how this turned out. Loaded up, it is pretty heavy, so the rope handles might not be for everybody. I personally like it because when this is unloaded and I need to move it to a different spot, I feel like these rope handles make it a lot less awkward to move around. This is just the first of many designs for this year. When it gets closer to July, I'll actually determine what fuse I want to use for this, as well as the different candles that I want to put in this stand. And I'll probably put that in one big video showing everything that I've made this year, one giant fusing video. And if you want to see what this looks like in action, I'll be including it in my 4th of July video so you can see it there. And like always, thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you on the next one.